embattled California utility PG court judge that oversaw the probation. In these 5 years, PG wrote in a scathing report released days ahead of the probationary period that lifts at midnight. PG, the company, was placed on probation in 2017 when it was convicted of 6 felony crimes connected to one of its natural gas pipelines that exploded in 2010, killing 8 people. Since a company can't go to prison for committing a crime, Since then, PG blazes that killed 113 people and scorched 23,956 homes and buildings. The deadliest and most destructive was the 2018 Camp Fire, which burned the town of Paradise to the ground and for which PG systemic problems at PG near its power lines. Virtually all of the wildfires caused by PG mandates that PG, while ALSUP described PG behind in maintenance. The company relies on outside contractors to do the job of clearing dangerous vegetation away from its power lines, then points the finger at those contractors when problems occur. ALSUP posits that PG strategic defense in wildfire litigation. The company needs to hire and train its own staff arborists, the judge added, expressing his regret that the court only required PG inspectors while it was under probation. As a result of PG, they also cause other problems for residents left in the dark, since facing pressure from the court to begin implementing preemptive power outages. Several years ago, ALSUP says the company has watered down its criteria for cutting off power ahead of windstorms and is reluctant to do so even when hazardous conditions pose major fire risks. The Dixie Fire that raged through Northern California last year, ultimately becoming the second largest in state history, was a stunning example of both problems. PG figure out what was wrong. It turned out that a tree was leaning on an energized line. It overheated and burst into the first flames of the Dixie Fire. State firefighting agency CAL FIRE found PG. We acknowledge that we have more work to do. PG become a fundamentally safer company over the course of its probation. ALSUP feels differently. We remain trapped in a tragic era of PG related. The U.S. has a new plan to confront its wildfire crisis.